I'm Jessica Swesey. I'm here with Cammarosano with HomeGain. Let's just talk a little bit about HomeGain. Many would call you like a Web 2.0 or a Web 1.0 company versus this whole new group of Web 2.0 or self-proclaimed Web 2.0 companies coming into the space. So how does that impact the way you approach your competition? Are you sticking to your guns on the original business model, or are you going to kind of branch out and experiment with a lot of these wacky new things that are coming online?
Well, first of all, let me correct myself. We started in 1999.
1999,
And what we've been doing recently is going back to a couple of things that we had started out back in 1999, which was giving users, our HomeGain agents, the ability to upload their listings for free. We recently relaunched that feature on homescout.com, where any HomeGain member can load their listings on HomeGain and HomeScout for free. We also recently brought back another tool that we had, which is a kind of a Web 2.0 feature, which is instant home valuations. We brought that back on our site about 2 months ago. We've got a lot of people visiting the site looking for instant home valuations. But what we're doing a little differently than just providing consumer features is we're also providing the connectivity to the real estate agent, because we still believe that while a lot of Web 2.0 features are good for the consumer, they're almost as entertainment value as opposed to as a mechanism to reach a real estate agent. Our job is to match consumers with real estate agents. So whether you call it 1.0 or Web 2.0, we will do whatever we can to draw consumers into HomeGain, attract them, and then also connect them with a realtor.
Okay.
We're not looking to create kind of an entertainment site where people will come to our website and look up Tony Soprano's house. We believe that has nothing to do with real estate. That's entertainment, that's great, it brings in visitors, but our customer, our paying customer, is the real estate agent, and they want consumers that are interested in meeting them.
So it's still a pure lead generation model.
Using information, content that brings the consumer in and perhaps makes the consumer more educated, more interested, more qualified before they meet our agent customer.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you recently launched the home valuation tool, which you had probably the original or one of the oldest back in the early internet days, and you brought it back to life. We've actually been talking to some other folks about you know, there's a lot of talk about the accuracy of home valuations online, and I kind of wondered, you know, if you saw where you see that going, like if that really impacts the final listing value of the home, what consumers are seeing online, or if it's not accurate, what's the point of having it?
Yeah, I agree, and I really do view home valuation tools. Zillow's now backed away from saying that they are the Kelly's Blue Book of home valuations. They're saying more it's just a starting point. And we view it as a starting point as well, but we don't take the view that if you spend a lot of time on it, you're going to reach the Holy Grail and actually be able to value a home through some kind of computer-generated valuation. What we say instead is we'll provide you with a range. We'll say the same thing, it's a starting point, but then we'll connect you up with a realtor, because we also believe that the realtor actually helps not just set the price, but get you the price. The instant home valuation doesn't get you the price. It only throws something out there that's an indication of interest. And there's too many variables to be able for a computer to be able to accurately value a home, because all homes are unique. It's not like a stock where the market sets the price because there's thousands of people interested in buying a particular stock.
But there's still some use for an automated
and that's why
valuation
we have it on our site.
tool.
It's an indication of, it's based on the comparable homes that were sold in your neighborhood recently, and it provides you with a range. But again, the valuation does not tell you the condition of the home, the location, whether there's noise from neighbors. It just can't get to all those points, and it is a bit misleading to provide an exact number and say that's what the house is worth and hope that you're going to get that price, because what's going to happen is it's always going to be a transaction between the buyer and the seller. And they're the ones who are going to determine the price, not what the automated machine came up with.
You must have a lot of consumers coming to the site then if you're offering these types of tools. how do you see their behavior online? Like, do you track kind of what they're interested in, and what are online consumers really looking for?
Well, the bulk of our visitors aren't looking to find a instant home valuation. Most of them are looking for listings.
Okay.
And what we've done is we've accumulated thousands of real estate agents who want to display the MLS listings that they have the right to display. And we drive traffic to those consumers, and we drive the consumers to the agent websites. And just tomorrow morning, we're launching a new feature to our buyer link product, which is the product whereby we drive visitors to agents' websites displaying MLS listings. We're going to allow the agent to buy that product online directly, as opposed to having necessarily to go through a sales team. So with that feature, we will have all of our products available to be sold online.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying listings are still king
Yeah,
online, despite all of the new
yes.
the new applications out there.
Absolutely. You know, Active Rain is nice, but I see that most of the people that are on Active Rain are other agents talking to each other. I think it's a great forum. I don't think consumers are interested in what other realtors are saying to each other. We try to capture the consumer who's actually at the point where they want to buy a home or they want to sell a home.
And that's what they want to see.
And at that point, I think for most consumers, they want to reach a realtor. There's 10–15% that may want to try FSBO, but we're trying to capture the consumer, not to look around at other people's home values, but the consumer who actually wants to look at listings because they want to buy a home, check out the valuation of homes because they want to sell one. Or our agent evaluator program, where they actually want to interview 5 or 6 realtors before they make a decision.
Okay.
So nothing's really going to change in terms of our business model. We're always going to try to connect the consumer with the realtor, and we'll use whatever content or devices that we need to use in order to make sure that the consumer comes there and gets what they're looking for.
Any plans for like user-generated
Sure.
comments coming on
HomeGain? I think that user-generated comments tell a lot about, not necessarily about the price of or value of a home, because that's always going to be self-serving. My house is worth a lot more than it says there. I don't think you get much value of those type of comments. But I think you get value if you add consumer-generated content around our agents, our agent evaluator program. I'd like to see more of. We do take comments, but it's not a kind of an interactive blog style where you can keep track of a particular agent and what different consumers are saying about that agent.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in to Inman TV.